Hello everyone, T-Man978. Welcome to another show review. I call this a standalone review because this is going to be the only thing that I show in this video. I'm going to be treating him as though he is the only figure that exists. If you're new to G.I. Joe Classified series, this is a 6-inch, roughly 6-inch scale line. The figures are typically between 6 inches and 6.5. This particular character is Cobra Dreadnock Monkeywrench. Here's the artwork right here. He's number 167. Here's this stuff on the back. Here's this stuff. The QR code if that's important. Barcode if that's important. But anywho, this is what I consider a perfect release, pretty much. My specific figure has a QC issue that I'll go into, quality control, and I have a nitpick about the articulation, but outside of that, this is what I expect when I get a G.I. Joe Classified series, or what I expected when they announced this line. In fact, this figure set goes above and beyond. Not only does it come with a pistol, I usually expect a pistol of some type, and they actually painted it. There's no blast effects port right there. It's just this pistol right there that can go in his holster right here, which is Dreadnock themed. Pokes out the bottom. We get this accessory, this rifle right here, that has a like harpoon or trident attached to it. Looks like it has like knuckle dusters right here. So this is very much Dreadnock theme. And this can, you can pretend this can fire off right there, and it becomes just a regular sawed-off style shotgun. And why this is falling out of my hands? Probably because of mold. But there we are right there. Nothing else removes. We get two axes, like that's crazy, and they're both painted. I don't know what the base color is. I'm guessing it's the black plastic, and this is painted. This orange and gray down here is painted. So that is very cool that they give you two of these, and these can fit into these holsters that's on the back. So we get that going on. You get two optional fists. I think everybody should come with fists because they were known for hand-to-hand combat on the G.I. Joe cartoon. You get this mask that goes across his, or scarf that goes across his face. It is weathered. They even painted the inside, which you didn't even need to paint that, but I guess it might be a side effect of the paint, but it's weathered on the front and the inside. Just like this one that's on his body is weathered. And here's his face while we're here. He's scarred up. Has earrings in his eyebrows, earrings in the ears. Hair is looking like that. Then we have this optional hair piece or headpiece to give him the mask right here. That is crazy. The hair is weathered, like above and beyond. Like this is what I wanted, like optional face or optional head sculpts. But in this case, you could just put this over his face, or you can give him this mask. So there's so many options. Or we can give him these awesome glasses that are foggy. Like these, they're not like super gummy pliable. They do have some rigidity. There is a cutout in the hair where these actually groove in. In fact, we can pull the hair off and I'll let you see it. There are groove pieces right here. So we could groove the glasses into here, and they will stay because, like I said, the glasses aren't gummy. So you can put it in there like that, and then come back and just slide this back over his head. So I love this. This is the best pair of glasses they gave out so far to me. But there's that option. So all of this is really cool, but let's show him more up close. Let's actually zoom in to get a better look at these details. So they painted the vest. We can see that scarf a little bit more. They painted this seatbelt looking thing that he has wrapped around with the grenades. They painted the grenades. They painted these chains that's on his waist and whatnot, which are like a separate-ish piece to an extent. They're starting to do the thing now where instead of giving us separate belts, they're molding stuff to the belt, which I don't have a problem with. But then we got these tear details down here. We got that seatbelt looking detail right there. Knowing how these guys operate, that probably is a seatbelt. They painted this. The boots start down here, but just the extra detail that they had to paint. Really, really cool. When we remove the head and take this scarf piece off, you see that he does also have an optional separate necklace. So some of the stuff they lay out to be obvious accessories, but then they'll have extra stuff on their body sometimes. But I took that off to show that in order to get this mask on, I would recommend taking the head off and putting this like this, and then plopping it back on the head. So then we got this look going on. If there's any complaints, depending on how you mess around with these are they only just loop in. Depending on how you mess around with it while you're posing, you could knock it off. But I would suggest putting him in the pose and then putting those on to avoid that type of situation. And this can come off as well if you want his chest exposed. And you can actually just take this whole vest. There are so many options and variations with just this one guy. It's crazy. Same as the hair piece. We put this hair piece on. Scoop that on. So now he has this whole look going on. Of course, he has two gripping hands. This one is vertical hinge. This one is horizontal, coming in like that. So you could have this mask when he needs to get surgical on some Joes. Oh, makes me think about Cabal. And I like the whole 3D glasses thing. And his hand is kind of loose because I had him in a Ziploc bag holding his little shotgun thing. So that's on me with that. Well, let's get into the articulation. Here's my gripe. The way they do the dumbbell and the neck, don't like that because you barely get any ability to look up, which sucks. But he has a ball at the base of the neck that helps him move down and tilt side to side and whatnot and rotate. Arm goes out 90. You get butterfly joint. It's not the strongest butterfly joint. And his arms are huge. I don't know if modifying would actually help that any by cutting the stem off the peg. But my QC issue is this shoulder rotation is very crazy loose when I mess with it. But yeah, I don't have that often, just with this figure in particular. That much bend right there. Show the hands, they rotate, of course. Ab crunch, we got that much back. We got this much forward, which is a ton. We don't even need the ball at the base of the waist because he crunches forward so much. Drop down hips. The hips kick out that far, which is basically 90. Kick back some because of the soft pliable diaper piece. Kick up a little bit more than 90. Thigh rotation. Double jointed knee. Boot swivel. Boots kick all the way back. Boots kick forward. Ankle pivot. And here's the bottom of the boot. Now, I'll point this out. This guy doesn't come with a backpack, but he does have a hole for it. And look at that tear in the material right there. That's cool. I probably looked this up on Joepedia, but it said he's like an explosive expert. He started messing around with explosive as a kid and started selling them to the dangerous people as a young person. But nothing in this package actually suggests that. So that's weird. If you want, this trident could be a handheld weapon, but it's up to you to decide. And here are the fists for that hand-to-hand I was talking about. Well, yeah, I really like this figure. Only thing I don't like is the lack of posability and that dumbbell in the top of the neck. I wish they go back to hinges again for every figure and not just older molds being reused. And my loose shoulder joint, that sucks, but I can probably fix that. I can fix the neck thing to an extent, but you shouldn't have to do that. Anyhow, I like them. I like this. I like my purchase, and I can recommend this guy, especially if you want to complete all of your Dreadnoughts. In fact, even if you don't care about the Dreadnoughts or you didn't get any of the other ones, this is a good standalone figure right here because it comes with everything. So many friggin' options. He's really cool. Anywho, thank you for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Figure action.
Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click the